Hello everyone, my name is Stanley St. Rose, and today we're going to be talking about the story, The Purloined Letter, written by Edgar Allan Poe. Now, before I go into this topic, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and or comment so that the channel can continue to grow. So, The Purloined Letter, The Stolen Letter, a very interesting story. Basically what we have here, there's a woman, a royal lady. She's at her home in her royal boudoir. She had this letter, and the Minister D comes in out of nowhere. He steals the letter. He purloins it. He steals it. The stolen letter. All right, very simple, right? Very simple. That's awesome. You know, that's one thing about the story. It's very simple. It's straight to the point. This is what Auguste Dupin tells us later, right? So Minister D steals the letter. He takes it into his possession. There are witnesses. They know that he did it. They know that he has the letter in his possession. And the royal lady here, she doesn't know what to do, so she calls the police to help her out. And then we get Monsieur G. Monsieur G. He's a detective. You know, he's the police. And the police, you know, after a long time of searching and trying to find the letter, they know where Minister D is. They go to his, home, wherever he goes, and they search. They pretty much do a systematic search, going through table legs, chair legs, flipping boards. They do a thorough investigation where they're literally trying to figure out every microspect, every micro way that a person could hide a letter, looking at bedposts and boards and the floorboards and the walls and the wallpaper and the chair legs and the side tables and inside the side table, on the side of the side table. Any which way you could think about of searching and detective work, they do it all to find this purloined letter from Mr. D's belongings, but they cannot find it. And so what they do is they go to Auguste Dupin. Auguste Dupin is Sherlock Holmes-like detective, using reasoning, logic, deduction, to find out the truth of the matter, right? And so ultimately, the detectives, Monsieur G, can't figure it out. Auguste Dupin, he figures it out quite quickly. He makes Sir G pay him, of course, before he tells him where the letter is and reveals or gives him the letter. Basically, Minister D had the letter hidden in plain sight. It was in his card rack. And he had to put, pretty much put in a place where it's not important. Nobody would ever think of looking there in the card rack, and it looked like a tattered old letter that nobody needed. No one knew that it was the weapon that he was using, that Minister D was using to blackmail the royal lady. And Dupin is like, yeah, it's a very simple case. It's just you're too serious. You're looking, it's like, how Joker's like, why so serious, huh? That's like the whole Joker kind of thing. Sometimes you take things so seriously, it's just too serious. And the detective, Monsieur G, was so serious that he couldn't see the simplicity of the case. But Auguste Dupin sees the simplicity. He figures out the case. He gets paid. And Minister G, he runs out of Auguste Dupin's apartment without looking back after the case gets solved. Very interesting story. In terms of deeper meaning and analysis, we're getting a lot here. We're, logic, reasoning. Sometimes it's not looking in too deeply. Sometimes some things are on the surface. I know a lot of times we say, like, looking on the surface is just too plain. Let's go a little bit deeper. Let's figure out what's under the water. But sometimes some criminals, they like to play things simple. Because sometimes when things are so simple, they look complex. But when sometimes the most complex things are very simple. It's just that we overthink sometimes. So don't overthink. We see this demonstrated by Auguste Dupin. He's not stressed out. He figures it out. And he figures out Minister D. When the detectives were like looking in the walls and the floorboards and the grounds and the cement and all that kind of stuff, the letter was just staring them at, the letter was right underneath their noses. So sometimes start with the simple. Start with the simple things and get to the hard things. Don't just go straight for the most complex and deep and profound. Start with the simple things, because a lot of times in life, the simple things are where it's at. The simple pleasures of life. But this story, very significant, showing you the detective skills, the thinking, the analytical skills of Auguste Dupin, and how he figures out who stole or where, not really who stole the letter, but where the purloined letter was hidden, and it was hidden in plain sight in the card rack. And Minister D, really fooled the police, but he couldn't fool Dupin. So that's my summary analysis. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and/or comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.